अरहंत सिद्ध सुर उपाध्याय साधु सर्व अर्थ के प्रकाशी मांगलिक उपकारी है। तीन को स्वरूप जानी रागते भई जो भक्ति काय को नमाय स्तुति को पुचारी है। धन्य धन्य तुम से काज सब आज भयो कर जोरी बारंबार वंदना हमारी है। मंगल कल्याण सुख ऐसो हम चाहते ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। ओ मेरी ऐसी दशा जैसी तुम धारी है। So yesterday we were discussing seventh spiritual stage, which had two divisions. One is Swasthan Apramat, the other was Shatisai Apramat. Okay. So in the present era, in the present time, nobody can enter into the second phase, Satisai Apramat. So all we have monks who are on Swasthan Apramat. Okay. The first part. Now today we will be discussing the eighth spiritual stage. Its name is Apurva Karan, unprecedented spiritual activity. Okay. So unprecedented spiritual activity is the eighth stage. So you read, Sashikala ji.
Sir, which page, sir?
Page number
Apramata, seventh, 1 minute, seventh.
eight, next page.
Next page, I will see 1 minute. Apurva Karana Gunasthana, no? It is Apurva Karana Gunasthana, no? That one.
Yeah.
Acharya, shall I start?
Yeah.
Jajinindra ji.
Yeah.
Acharya Shri Nemichandra ji in Gomatasa Jiva Kantaka verse 50 has defined the Apurva Karana Gunasthana, the stage of unprecedented spiritual transformation, as follows. That sloka is there. That is the state in which the soul, having completed the pravarti karana, that is downward inclined effort for an antar muhurta, a fraction of time, begins at every moment to attain an infinitely multiplied purity. This is called the Apurva Karana Gunasthana, the stage of unprecedented transformation. In this stage, no anuskruti rachana, repetitive structuring of previous effort takes place. The full name of this stage is Apurva Karana Pravishta Shuddhi Samyakta Gunasthana, that is stage of restraint accompanied by purity, having entered unprecedented transformation. Based on the subsidence Upashama, the destruction Chai, of the 21 subtypes of the previously mentioned Charitra Mogunya, that is conduct deluding karma, which include 4 Apratyakyana Avarana, that is obstructing renunciations, and the 4 Pratyakyana Avarana, obstructing a full renunciation, and 4 Sanjivalana, that is mild patience, and now 9 No Kashaya, that is quasi patience. This Gunasthana too is divided into 2 types, Upasamata substantial and Chayopchaka, that is Chayopchama, destructive. Shall I continue?
Chapak. It is not Shayapsham, but it is Shapak.
Shapak, sorry, Shapak.
Yes. So
Shall
wait,
I?
let me define the
Okay.
yeah. What is this eighth stage? Unprecedented spiritual transformation. In Hindi it is Apurva Karan. Apurva means जो पूर्व में नहीं हुआ है उसे कहते हैं अपूर्व करण. ठीक है. करण मीन्स परिणाम और अपूर्व मीन्स न्यू टाइप. ओके. पूर्व में जो नहीं हुआ है, द वन दैट विच हैज नॉट हैपेंड previously, and that is called unprecedented. We never expected, right? So unprecedented spiritual transformation is the eighth stage, which is called Apurva Karan Gunasthan. Okay. Now, yeah, the definition. That is the state in which the soul have completed Adha Pravarti Karan. So this Adha Pravarti Karan was in the seventh stage. Seventh stage, second part is called Adha Pravarti Karana. Okay. Seventh stage, second part is called Adha Pravarti Karan. So those who have completed that, for an Antar Murat, a fraction of time begins at every moment. Okay, now you are entering this phase, eighth stage. So what happens here? Begins at every moment to attain an infinitely multiplied purity. So your purity was gradually increasing, but now it has taken such a speed where it is being infinitely multiplied every moment. Okay. So the previous moment, the purity was at some level. Like in mathematics, we have 2, 2 into 2, 4, 4 into 4, 16, 16 into 16, like that. Okay. So exponential growth. Okay. So that is called Apurva Karan, infinitely multiplied purity. So purity keeps on increasing at a rapid speed, and similarly the impurity starts decreasing at a rapid speed. Okay. So uh, this is the stage where the monk is in meditation phase, and while meditating such things happens automatically. This is called the Apurva Karan Gunasthan, stage of unprecedented transformation. In this stage, no Anukrashti Rachna. What is this Anukrashti Rachna? See question number 71. This we have already discussed. The sequential reduction in the intensity of karma. The power of karma is decreasing. Okay. The sequential reduction, gradually it is reducing in the intensity or the power or the potential of karma. That means the karmas are getting weakened. Okay. It's getting weak moment by moment. Okay. uh, in this stage, no Anukrishti Rachna takes place. The full name of this stage is Apurva Karan Pravishta Suddhi
Suddhi Samyak
Sanyat Gunasthan. The
Panastha.
stage of restraint accompanied by
Accompanied by
purity
purity, having entered unprecedented transformation.
transformation. What are its division? Based on the subsidence and destruction. Okay. Of the 21 subtypes of the previously mentioned Charitra Monia Karma. Okay. So Charitra Monia Karma has got 25 subtypes. Out of that subtypes, 25 subtypes, leave apart the first 4, Anantanubandhi Kashai. The rest of the 21 subtypes of Charitra Monia Karma, either it is subsided or it is destroyed. Okay. If it is subsided, then the ladder is called subsidential ladder. And if it is destroyed, then it is called destructional ladder. Okay. Shapak Shreni or Upsham Shreni. Two Shrenis are there. Only two Samyak Darshan exist during the 8th stage. Either it is Upsham Samyak Darshan or it is Shaik Samyak Darshan. If it is Shaik Samyak Darshan, then it is a Shapak Shreni. If it is a Opshamik Samyak Darshan, it is an Upsham Shreni. Okay, generally speaking. So, apart from Anantanubandhi, all the other 25, 21 are there, which includes 4 Apratyakhana Varan, the second quadrate, 4 Pratyakhana Varan, the third quadrate of passions, fourth, then 4 Sanjolan Kashai, that is the fourth quartet, and 9 Nau Kashai. So 12 plus 9 is 21. So this Gunasthan is divided into two types, Upshamak and Shapak. Upshamak, all the 21 karma prakritis are subsided. And if it is a Shapak Shreni, a destructional ladder, then all the 21 karma prakritis are destroyed. Okay. Clarification regarding Apurva Karan Pravishta Shuddhi Sanyata. This is the full name of the 8th stage. In Hindi it is like that, and in English also it was mentioned, just now. The stage of restraint accompanied by purity, having entered unprecedented transformation. So in short, we could say unprecedented spiritual transformation. Word meanings. Apurva Karan. What do you mean by Apurva Karan? Apurva Karan, matlab not. Purva means before. Apurva means extremely new or unprecedented, which has never happened. Okay. So this is called unprecedented. And Karan is manifestation or transformation or parinam. Parinam is Karan. Okay. That is extremely new, pure manifestation that have never arisen before. Very nicely explained. Extremely new, pure manifestation that have never arisen before. Okay. So the monk is in the meditative state, and while being in the meditative state, after a certain point of time, this kind of situation arises, and this is called Apurva Karan. The third word, Pravishta, having entered or attained. Shuddhi, Shuddhi means Sudupyog, the pure state of conscious engagement. And the last one is Sanyata, absorbed in the true nature of the self with Samyaktva. Okay. So this is the meaning of the complete word Apurva Karan Pravishta. Pravishta is entered, Shuddhi, purity, and Sanyat. Sanyat is absorbed in the true nature of the self. So the name itself explains this stage. The monk is concentrating in the self. He is in a meditative phase, and in the 7th stage also he was in the meditative state. Now his depth has increased, so he is able to focus more more vividly on the self. Okay. And that is how the internal purity starts increasing. Okay. And it attains such a stage where the every moment the transformation is unprecedented, which has never been done before. Okay. The transformation that has never arisen before, that starts attaining. Thus, this refers to the soul having entered a state of unprecedentedly pure manifestations. Okay. Absorbed in right faith, manifesting Shuddhopyog. The soul that in the process of subsiding or destroying. Okay. There are two types of ladder. Either it is a subsidential ladder where 21 karma prakritis are subsided, or it is a Sapak Shreni, destructional ladder, where the 21 subtypes are destroyed, or destroying the 21 subtypes of the Charitra Monia attains a previously unmanifest, distinct, and elevated state of Shuddhopyog, pure conscious activity, is said to be in the state of Apurva Karan Pravishta Suddhi Sanyata. the restrained state that has entered unprecedented transformation. So my question, who can enter the eighth stage? Tell me.
The monk in the seventh stage, sir.
Yeah, but seventh stage, which part? First part or the second part?
Second part.
Second part.
Yes. So that is what I wanted. Only the monk who is in the seventh stage and having attained the second part, which is also called, what is the other name? One is Satisai Apramat. And what is the other name of that
Nit-
part?
Nitisya Aparman.
Ada Pravritta Karana.
Okay. Yeah.
Ada Pravritta Karana. Okay. And after attaining Ada Pravritti Karan, the second part of the seventh stage, then with further concentration on the self, he enters the eighth stage. And in this stage, the infinitely multiplied purity keeps on happening every moment. Every moment it is infinitely multiplied. So it's such a speed that you never know. You have been binding karmas since 50,000 years. But now you becoming a monk and getting into meditation, concentrating on the self, you are offloading all the karmas at a great speed. You know, it may happen that within 48 minutes, you will destroy all the karmas and you will get liberated immediately. Okay. So this is such a stage where monk is in a position to concentrate on the self, and in that manner that he attains liberation within 48 minutes. Everything happens within 48 minutes. All these higher stages, the duration is maximum is Antarmurat. Okay. So either he keeps on ascending or he falls back. Okay. But all these durations are maximum 48 minutes. Okay. So a monk who is in the meditative pose, he may uh, climb the subsidential ladder. So subsidential ladder, after 8th, he will go to 9th, 10th, and then if it is a substantial ladder, then where it will go from 10th?
11.
11. Okay. And if it is a
Shapak means
destructional,
12. 12 it will go.
so if it is a destructional ladder, then 8, 9, 10, 12, okay. Then no falling back, 13, 14 and liberated. Oh, everything happening within a 48 minutes maximum. Okay. So this is the potential of this stage. This soul is very close to attaining liberation. Okay. Now, right belief. What is the kind of right belief at this stage? The Samyaktva, right faith present here is either Dityopsham. So two types of ladder, subsidential ladder. So the Samyaktva will also be Dityopsham Samyaktva. That is second subsidential right belief. Or it could be Saik Samyaktva, destructive right belief. Okay. What would be the conduct at this stage? Due to the Sayopsham, partial destruction cum subsidence of Charitramonia karma, just as in the sixth Gunasthan, with only a milder change at a more intense stage. So earlier in the sixth stage, it was intense passion. Intense, okay? Then in the seventh stage, it was mild. And now it is the eighth stage. So it is the milder stage. Okay. The passions have become absolutely milder. Milder what? Sanjalan passion, the flaming passion, the last quadrate. Okay. With only a milder change at a more intense stage, the conduct here is termed Shayopshamik Charitra. So conduct is anyway Shayopshamik. Although the Samyaktva is either Shaik or Opshamik. Okay. And in Opshamik also Ditya Upsham. Okay. But as far as conduct is concerned, it is still Shayopshamic Charitra. Moreover, since the soul is ascending the Upsham or Shapak ladder, okay, subsidential or destructive ladder, the conduct is also referred to by convention. Vyavhar, okay. The conduct is also referred to by convention as either Opshamic or Shaik Charitra. Okay. So the conduct would be either it could be Opshamic or Shaik from the conventional point. Okay. Respectively. So generally it is Saipshamik Charitra, but from a conventional point of view, if it is a subsidential ladder, we could say the conduct to be subsidential. And if it is a destructional ladder, we could say conduct to be destructional, respectively. All these are from conventional viewpoint. From the real viewpoint, it is Saipshamik Charitra. Now, the time. From the perspective of Antar Murat, a fraction of a Murat, and death, the minimum duration of existence in this stage is 1 Samay. Then what is the maximum? So maximum is Antar Murat, 48 minutes, not more than that. Movement. From this stage, Gaman, ascent occurs into the 9th stage, while descent occurs into the 7th stage during a fall from the Sreni, spiritual ladder. After death, if somebody dies at this stage, during Vigragati, the immediate transition of the soul after leaving the body and before acquiring the new body, the Gaman also occurs in the 4th stage. So immediately after death, the soul attains the 4th stage and then he enters the next body, and there also it is the 4th stage, and then depending on his efforts, he climbs in the spiritual stages. Spatial characteristics. First point, in every single samay moment, the soul experiences infinitely multiplied purity, Anant Guni Vishuddhi. So Vishuddhi here means purity in its transformations, in its manifestations. Okay. So every moment the soul experiences infinitely multiplied purity in its manifestation. Note here Vishuddhi implies both Vitragta and auspicious manifestation. Generally speaking, Vishuddhi means auspicious manifestation. But here it means Vitragta, dispassion, equanimity, passionlessness, detachment. Okay. Number 2 point, the previously bound karmas undergo incalculably multiplied reduction in their sthiti, kal duration known as the sthiti kandak ghat. Okay. So what happens? The second point, the duration of the karmas that has been bound undergoes incalculably multiplied reduction. Okay. पूर्वबद्ध कर्मों का असंख्यात गुणा स्थिति कांडक घात होता है. स्थिति कांड घात means the duration keeps on decreasing. Third point, the newly bound karmas are of lesser duration and intensity. That is, they have a lower duration and potential. Fourth point, due to increasingly intensified vitrag states. Vitrag states means passionlessness state and diminishing kasais, passions. The previously bound karmas also experience. So the previously bound karma which are there in existence along with the soul, they experience in every samay incalculably multiplied reduction. Asankyat guna, 1 minute, fifth, this is the fourth point. So fourth point, every moment, asankyat guna means incalculably multiplied. Guna means multiplied, and reduction in their intensity. Okay. So the karmic effect goes on weakening. The power of karma goes on weakening. The intensity of karma goes on weakening. So duration decreases, the intensity decreases. So net the karmas are becoming very weak, fragile. They are not able to evoke a reaction in the soul's modification, known as Anubhag Kandak Ghat. Okay. So this reduction in the intensity is called Anubhag Kandak Ghat. Fifth point. In every samay, every moment, the previously bound karmas, the intensity levels of previously bound karmas undergo progressive dissociation. So karmas are getting detached. Progressively, the previously bound karmas undergo progressive dissociation. Okay. So the karmas were attached to the soul. Now it is progressively dissociating on its own. Because of the transformation that is happening in the modification of the soul, the karma, which are matter substance, they also independently undergo transformation in similar manner. So karma and the soul's modification have a nimit nemetic sambandh, instrumental cause and effect relationship. Okay. So that is from the conventional viewpoint. Sixth point, Guna Sankraman, transformation of quality occurs, that is, many inauspicious karmic types are converted into auspicious types. You have bound many inauspicious karmas, but because of your internal purity, those inauspicious karmas are being converted into auspicious. That means you don't have to suffer the results of the inauspicious bondage, because it will get converted into auspicious. And when the rise of auspicious karma will be there, you will be getting all the good things in life: fame, name, good associations, good family, good everything, everything good you will automatically get. This process continues up to the 10th Gunasthan. So this conversion goes on happening in the 10th Gunasthan. So in reality, however sins we have done in the past, however karmas that we have bound in the past, we have nothing to worry. Because with the power of meditation, all these karmas are going to be neutralized. All these inauspicious karmas are going to be converted into auspicious karmas with the power of meditation, which is aligned to the 8th stage. The 7th point, the manifestation of souls occurring at different types. Okay, souls occurring at different types, Bhin Samayvarti Jivas. So many souls entering the 8th stage at different times are inherently dissimilar. The manifestations are dissimilar because they have entered at different times. As indicated by the name of this Gunasthan, the soul's manifestation at every samay are ever new and unprecedented. अपूर्व अपूर्व, पूर्व में नहीं हुआ ऐसा होता है, that is called अपूर्व, unprecedented. Number 8 point, among souls existing in the same moment, okay, एक एक अर्थात समान समयवर्ती jivas. Okay. Among souls existing in the same moment. So they all have entered at the same time in the 8th stage. The manifestations can be both similar and dissimilar in nature. So if you compare two monks who have entered the 8th stage at the same time, so their manifestations could be similar or it could be dissimilar also. There is no rule that it has to be similar or dissimilar. Depending on the eligibility of the moment of each soul, the manifestations can be both similar or dissimilar. There is no guarantee, no certainty. Number 9th and the last point. From those on the subsidential ladder. So I said ladder is of two types. One is subsidential, which goes up to 11th and then fall back. The other is destructional, which goes from 8, 9, 10 to directly jump to 12. So after entering 12, the soul never fails. It just goes ahead and get it liberated. So for those on the subsidential ladder, death does not occur during the initial phase of ascent in this stage. However, in the later phases, death is possible. When falling from the subsidential ladder, death is possible in all phases. For those on the destructive ladder, death does not occur because it's a destructive ladder. So he is not going to fall back. He goes on to advancing from 8th to 9th, 9th to 10th, 10th to 12th, 12th to 13, 14 and liberated. So there is no question of death happening at that point of time. For those on the destructive level, death does not occur in this stage. Instead, liberation occurs at the end of the 14th stage. Okay. So very simple, but nevertheless very interesting. Okay. Because these are the stages that we are going to attend very soon. And the practice has started. You know, whenever you sit for meditation, you can visualize yourself to be in these stages. Now you know what happens at what stage. So your awareness has increased. Okay. And you can relate it to your experience while meditating. Okay. So we have just begun the journey and lot is going to happen. But one thing is very certain, that we are going to get liberated very soon. The number of time we have spent in this transmigration, now if we consider the whole time that we have been in the transmigration, the time left for liberation is very, very small time. You know, between 2 to 4 births you can get liberated. You can get liberated in the next birth itself. Okay. So we are at the end of our transmigratory circle, you know, the vicious circle of these karmas, dravya karma to bhav karma and bhav karma to dravya karma. So now we are going to end this karmic cycle and we are going to get liberated. Okay. So here we have all come together because of our past good deeds. Okay. And there is no guarantee that we are going to meet again or not. Right. But one thing is very certain, that if we all do meditation, sadhana as being prescribed in the scriptures, definitely we are all going to meet in the Siddhalaya, liberated state, you know, and we are going to be there for time infinite. Okay. So each one's objective should be to get liberated, nothing less. We have got this opportunity and we are going to make most of this opportunity by following the guidance given by our acharyas, you know, and they have written very explicitly everywhere. Even all these gunasthans, all these manifestations are not comprehensible through our mati shuddh. It is all kevli gamya. It is all known by the omniscient. But still we are discussing because it has been documented in the scriptures. And where the knowledge came from? Everything came from Divya Dhvani. Okay. So with the help of this Jinvani, we are able to realize what monk would undergo when he enters this stage, and why we want to understand that, because we also want to become that. Okay. So there is nothing wrong to knowing what are the positions, what are the situations in each spiritual stage. This is very basic, you know. In Gomatsar Jeev Kand, there is a very detailed descriptions that we are going to study in the 10th Sem, but in that syllabus also they have omitted Gunasthan, because we are already studying this Gunasthan here in detail. Okay. So these are the 9 specialities that happens when you are in the 8th stage. Now you have to keep on repeating again and again to understand it in a better manner. Otherwise, it would seem difficult. But if you read 3 times, I think everything will be clear. And in case you have any questions in your mind or doubt, you can very well call me, WhatsApp me. We can connect and we can solve whatever queries are there. Okay. Now the 9th stage. Next stage is Anivriti Karan. Anivriti. Anivriti means Bhed, division, Karan Gunasthan. Okay. So the 7th, in the 7th stage, the second part was Ada Pravritti Karan. Then the 8th stage was Apurva Karan. And the 9th stage is Anivritti Karana. Okay. So now the persons entering all these stages, okay, if we do a comparison, then the manifestations could be similar or dissimilar. Okay. If we consider different monks who are entering this stage simultaneously, and if we consider a particular moment's manifestation, then also in the 7th stage it could be dissimilar or similar. In the 8th stage it could be dissimilar, similar. And in the 9th stage, it will be similar, Anivritti Karana. But if you consider between 2 souls, 2 monks, then it could be in the Ada Parvati Karan, it could be similar, dissimilar. Apurva Karan, it will be dissimilar. And Anivritti Karan also, it will be dissimilar. There is no other option. Okay. So different souls entering the stage at different times, the manifestations will be different only in the 8th and 9th stage. Okay. Now the 9th stage, Anivritti Karan, we will read from the text. Yeah. Anivritti Karan. What is the English name for this? A means no, and Nivritti, indivisible, I think. Let's see the name. 9th stage. The name is irrevocable progress. A means no. That means irrevocable progress. You cannot revoke it. Okay. So that is the progress at the 9th stage. Let's see the definition. Acharya Nemichandra in Gomatsar Jeev Kand, verse number 57, describes this stage. At every samay, one by one, it's definite and increasingly purified, dispassionate manifestation. Because 7th stage itself, the Vitrakta is there. 8th stage, Vitrakta has increased. 9th stage, it has increased further. So increasingly purified, dispassionate manifestation arise. And this uninterrupted progression defines the anivritti current stage. Okay. So there is no hindrance, there is no interruption, uninterrupted progression. That is the ninth stage. Now the soul is in a position to get into liberation because it has already entered the eighth stage, now the ninth stage, and maybe soon they can attain liberation. In reality, there is merely a method of expression from the standpoint of the nimit nemitic, instrumental cause and effect relationship based on the asadbud vyavhar nyay, non-existent conventional point of view. Okay. So asadbud vyavhar nyay is one or two. One or two. So in the two, we include the karmas, right? And the body. And in the one, we include all the associations. My mother, my father, my wife, my children, my house, my car, my wealth, all are becoming a part of number one. So one and two both can be applicable. The true state of affairs, okay, the true state of affairs, vastu sthiti, nature of things, nature of reality, is then that when a Mahamuni Raj, great monk, intensifies the vitrag bhav, equanimity sentiments, okay, passionless sentiments, ninth stage, okay, vitrag bhav through the strength of antar unmukhi purushar, inward bound efforts, antarmukhi, inward bound, okay, and vitrakta becomes progressively strengthened. Already vitrakta was there, but progressively, as the impurity goes on decreasing, the purity goes on increasing. Okay. The true state of affairs, Vastusthiti, is that when a Mahamuniraj intensifies the Vitrak Bhav through the strength of Antar, Unmukhi Purshat, inward bound efforts, and Vitrakta becomes progressively strengthened. The purity goes on increasing and the passionlessness progressively strengthened. Then, through its nimit, instrumental cause, the previously bound Charitramonia karmas, being opponents, begin to undergo transformation, begin to undergo weakening. Huh? The karma are getting weakening. So they are getting weakening means they are not going to give us fruition which was they capable. But because of our dint of effort, because of our meditative strength, the karmas gets very weak and they are not able to force a result or resolution on us. Such a nice level of independence. Then through its nimitta, the previously bound charitamoniya karma, being opponents, begins to undergo transformation. These karmas on their own progressively experience sthiti kandagat, reduction of duration, anubhag kandagat, reduction of intensity, and sankar manadi, transformation, and they continue to convert into a state of akarma roop, non-action. So the karmas that were bound, they were attached with the soul, with the dint of effort. If you are able to touch this eighth spiritual stage, then your previously bound karma starts getting dissociated. Okay. Your internal purity goes on increasing. So this is the potential of the eighth stage.
So ninth, no?
Sorry, ninth stage. Yeah, ninth stage. We are into ninth stage. And they continue to convert into a state of akarma roop. So karmas now automatically gets detached. Okay. Why? Because of the instrumental cause of the manifestations of the soul. Okay. So here soul is focusing in the self, and with increased focus, the karmas are getting weakened. Okay. And we are progressing in the spiritual stages. So we have now entered the ninth stage. It is this very process that the Acharya has poetically expressed in the word, the flame like meditation burnt the forest of karma. Okay. So we are, by dint of efforts, by concentrating on the self, okay, we are burning the forest of karmas. We are destroying the karmas. That what it means. The full name of this Gunasthan is Anivritti Karan Badar Sampray Kashai Pravista Suddhi Sanyat Gunasthan. Okay. The meaning will be explained later on. So before that, let's discuss something else. Distinction. Based on the Upsham and Shapak Shreni, there are two corresponding distinctions. Upshamak Anivritti Karan and Shapaka Anivritti Karana. Explanation of Anivritti Karan, Badar Sampray, Pravishta, Suddhi, Sanyat. The full name, the explanation is given. Word meanings. Anivritti Karan, not divergence, manifestation. Okay. So, Anivritti Karan is equal to non-divergent, assured, sunishchit, uniform, saman, manifestations, parinam. Okay. So Anivritti Karan is non-divergent, assured, uniform manifestation. Okay. So this is the last line on that. Now what do you mean by Badar? Badar means gross. Sampray. Sampray means passions, kashai. Then Pravista means having entered. Shuddhi, Shuddhopyog, pure consciousness engagement. Then Samayata, Sanyata, absorbed in the true nature with Samyaktva, right faith. Next paragraph. The soul that during the Upsham Shai subsidence come destruction of the 21 prakritis of Charitra Monia Karma possesses gross passions, Sthul Kasai, in the form of the mildest rise of Sanjwalan Kashai, and in the presence of such passions abides with assured, distinct, and increasingly elevated manifestation. Immersed in its true nature, endowed with Shuddhopyog, the manifested Shuddhopyog, is said to be in the state of Anivritti Karan Badar Sampray Pravishta Suddhi Sanyata. Very long name. But in short, you could say Anivritti Karana. Now, what is the right belief at this stage? Either Dityopsham or Shaik Samyaktva. Only two options. Similar to 8th stage. Either it is Dityopsham, subsidence of 21 karma prakritis, or it is Sapak Shreni, destructional ladder, where there is destructions of 21 karma prakritis. The soul that during the okay, so we are now conduct charitra. Shayapshamik charitra by convention, by vyavhar. It is also referred to as Opshamik or Shaik charitra. Okay. So this Sayapshamik Charitra is also because of conventional. Either it is Opshamik Charitra or it could be Shaik Charitra also. So there is no clarity on this, that what kind of conduct would be there. It depends on the situations. Now, since the Monia karma undergoes Shayapsham just as the sixth Gunasthan with only a minimal change in the intensity, mildest intense instead of intense, the conduct here is Shayapshamik Charitra. Okay. So previously in the sixth stage it was intense flaming passion, Sanjwalan Kashai. Tivra Sanjwalan Kashai. Then in the seventh stage, it become mild flaming passion. Then in the eighth stage, it become milder. And now in the ninth stage, it has become mildest. So mild, milder, mildest. So the conduct here is Shayapshamik Charitra. The statement regarding Opshamik or Shaik Charitra is from the conventional viewpoint as explained in the eighth stage. Now time. With respect to death, the minimum duration is one samay, one moment. The maximum duration is Antarmurat, maximum 48 minutes. The next birth takes place only among the celestial beings. So those who enter this stage, their next birth takes place only among the celestial beings. Vaimanik Dev. Movement. From this stage, Gaman occurs into the 10th stage and descent occurs into the 8th stage. So either you can go from 9th to 10th or 9th to 8th. Both the options are there. The next birth takes place only among the celestial being that we have done. From this stage, Gaman occurs into the 10th and descent occurs into the 8th. And arrival into this stage takes place from the 8th stage and also from the 10th stage at the time of a fall from the Upsham Shreni, subsidential ladder. So if you are into subsidential ladder, then definitely you are going to fall back. So while falling, the 9th stage can come. Then Visheshta, spatial characteristics. Number 1 point. The essential process. The essential process such as Anant Guni Vishuddhi. Anant Guni, multiplied, infinitely multiplied purity. In bracket it is given, infinitely multiplied purity are as in the 8th stage. Okay. So whatever you were going in the 8th stage, same is being maintained in the 9th stage. The Charitra Monia karma transforms from gross attraction into subtle attraction. Okay. So this Charitra Monia karma from gross attraction, it gets into subtle attraction. Through this transformation, all of the remaining 20 Charitra Monia Prakritis, except for the subtle greed, undergo either subsidence or shy. So in the 9th stage, out of 21, 20 will either be subsidized or it will be destroyed. Supposing it is destroyed, then only one is left, and that is subtle greed. It goes away in the 10th stage, and then the soul becomes complete passionless, completely detached. Third point, the manifestation of souls existing in different moments. Okay, Bhin Samayvarti Jivas, the souls who have entered these 9 stages during different moments, not the same moment, are definite yet dissimilar. Okay, are definite, sunishchit, predefined, or but yet dissimilar. While those of souls existing in the same moment are definite and similar. Okay, so if it is existing in the different moment, the modification, the manifestation would be dissimilar, and if it is in the same moment, then it will be similar. Fourth point, the term badar here is final and conclusive, antadipak. Okay, the term badar here is final and conclusive. Up to this point, all gunasthan are associated with gross passions. Okay, gross passions. So this is the 9th stage. So it is being considered as gross passions. So we have completed this 9th, 8th and 9th today, and 10th we will start Suksham Sampray the next week. Okay, still we have 15 minutes to go, but I don't want to continue today. We have only 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 5 gunasthans are left. So we can easily complete in the next week. Okay, in 2 days. So I'm not continuing right now, and I'm also getting this X, you know. I think some indigestion problem is there. So I'll go for a walk now, and we close the class here. If you have any questions for today, and that is 8th and 9th we covered today, you can still ask right now, or whenever you feel like, you can always get in touch with me and get your doubts clarified.
Sir, I
What?
don't have a question, but
Hmm.
I would like to invite everybody.
Hmm.
I mean, those who are not in Bombay, probably whenever you come to Bombay,
Hmm.
um, the I am associated with one meditation group. So we have opened a meditation center here.
Hmm.
There is a library also in Matunga.
Matunga, okay.
Yeah, so I've kept my Parmagam honor books also, few of them, and they have their Moksha Marg and everything, the real ones, matlab,
Hmm.
so we've kept those. So anybody who would like to, read, spend some time with the self. So we have guided meditation also, and there is one room that is for Kashta Dhyan. Not Kashta Dhyan, it means just a single person will be in that room, and it
Hmm.
is a closed room.
Hmm.
And the vibes are also very positive. There is a Derasar besides.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's a very nice place. So,
So
anybody, I
what we
mean,
can do,
Aditi ji, you are near.
what
Yes.
we can do is,
Yeah.
you only guide us how do you meditate. Okay. Once we finish this course in
Ha.
this semester, okay,
Ha.
we will have time because next week we will be completing. So we
Right.
will have 2-3 weeks time in between.
Right.
So you conduct one Zoom session in
So,
which,
not all this.
because we will learn from you, because you know both the part. You know,
So
Jainism
it's
also,
not,
you know.
it's, see, I know, I don't know about that, but then I do meditate, sir.
Yeah, it's good. It slow down your thought
Yeah.
process. It increases your passions. It's very good for the health. But
Yeah.
the meditation that we recommend as per Jainism
Yeah.
is something that happens automatically.
Yeah.
It
So,
has got a direct connection with the reduction of passions. Okay.
yeah.
So initially, when you are in the fourth stage,
Yeah.
the first quadruplet of passions has gone. So that much Vitrakta is there, and along with that, the meditation is also there. Okay.
Yeah.
So ideally we would be getting into that kind of meditation, but as a practice, there is nothing wrong in understanding the process of meditation, because sooner or later we are going to get into it, because we have understood what is soul, how does it function, how do we concentrate on the self, because all our spiritual progress is going to come with this meditation only. The
Yeah.
increase in spiritual stages only happens in meditation. Otherwise, there is no progress. Okay. So it's an integral part of the path of liberation, meditation. But as I said, at the stage that we are in, so there is nothing wrong in practicing. Okay. But mostly we will be doing samayik during those times. Real meditation will only occur in higher stages, like, you know, 6th, 7th stage the monks are in. But
Yeah.
at our level, when we sit for meditation, it will be just like you can say contemplation or samayik kind of thing, where we will be focusing on the different aspects of the soul, how I am, who am I, what is my function, what are my infinite properties, you know, all these
So that is what I'm
manifestation.
saying, no? In Jainism, as you said, at this stage, what meditation is, that we are contemplating, thinking about soul
Soul. Yeah.
and soul or ourselves, thinking about one topic in depth
Right.
and around it, and taking our mind off unrelated topics.
Yes. Yes.
It can be soul, it can be any one thing what you are
No, so
thinking.
meditation is
On soul only.
exclusive only soul only.
Okay.
There is no
Yeah.
other thing. But the other meditations, like, you know, Vipassana and all,
Hmm.
they tell you to focus on your breathing. Then they
But
tell you to
sir,
So what
but
Jinali
sir, that is the I mean, when you start concentrating on your breath, you actually stop your thoughts.
yeah, that I
So
know. That
once
I
you
know.
stop
That I
the
know.
thoughts, you can get inside. I mean, you can think
So,
about the
so,
soul.
so that is the version that they say. But in Jainism, they say that you first understand your nature, true nature. And once you have understood your true nature, you know, a very good example I will give. A boy and a girl were meeting every day in the temple. Nothing was happening. Okay. Uh, but once they were engaged, you know, officially engaged, now whether they meet or they don't meet, in each other's mind the other dwells automatically. खाते पीते उठते बैठते उनको अपनी fiancée ही याद आ रही है. क्यों? Because you have chosen one partner, right? So similarly, when you understand the nature of your soul, when you identify your soul, when you do oneness with your soul, when you realize your soul, then only the real meditation follows. Without realization, the real meditation doesn't happen. But having said that, there is nothing wrong in meditating. Okay. And meditation is the need of the hour. Considering the kind of stress, fast paced life that we have, meditation is going to help you to calm down, to slow down your thought process, your anxiety, you know, and you will be
It
in a
is
better,
scientific, sir.
yeah, it is scientific. And you will be in a better position to take decisions. So
Yeah, so your
there is
estrogen
nothing wrong
levels
in
fall down.
there is nothing wrong in doing the practice. But as I said, that real meditation also you should understand what is real meditation, so that you don't fall into that trap, you know. So uh, there are many distractions happening all the time, so we don't get into any of the traps. But uh, after this course is over, not course is over, this syllabus of this Gunasthan is over, we will have definitely one session with you, and you be prepared what you want to teach us in terms of meditation. Whatever you have applied in terms of breathing and kundli and all, you delete those things, words, and take, you place soul in that. We want to focus on the soul. Okay.
So we do that only, sir. We don't do any kundli or anything of that, sir.
No, I know somebody who has done Vipassana. He was telling me similar things, but I don't know what you have been doing. So that's why we will have one session. And then after the session, I will tell you where we are going wrong or it is correct, or where we should explore further. Okay.
Okay.
I am also interested. So we will have one session. Good.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is meditation, something we can do anywhere from the world. So we did not come to Matunga, and as far as the
But
books
sir,
are
it's a very
concerned,
quiet place, sir. And the vibes
so
are
my
so positive, you
my
feel like
home is very
sitting.
quiet. You know, my home is also
So that
very
is what
quiet.
Chinali ji is saying, the same thing, that you have the privilege.
Ah.
Many people don't have the privilege of uh, ability to connect with their soul because of the distractions around. So she's suggesting that they have built a wonderful place. So if anybody would
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to come there and do the contemplation, then she's opening her
Right, right. I know, I
space
know,
for
I
us.
know, I know. But like, see, even traveling to Matunga is not possible every day. Like
She just suggesting. So she was also inviting me. So she
yeah,
said if anybody is
yeah,
willing
yeah,
to come
definitely,
to the
definitely.
space,
But
correct.
once we have a session in Zoom and then we will feel that it is further to be explored, then we will see. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll continue next week. Okay.
Yeah.
निज निधि निज में बताई, यह अनंत उपकार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है, उसके लिए जिन वाणी माँ को वंदना सत बार है. 9 times नमोकार मंत्र. बोलो दात सांगी जिनवाणी माता की
जय धन्यवाद जय
Jineन्द्र.
जय
धन्यवाद
जिनेन्द्र.